Hey there, Andy. This is my response video to your response video of my video. And thank you for all the kind compliments. I was almost motivated after you're watching your video to leave my house and go someplace cool to film this, like the beach or maybe a park. But I have this rule on my first day off, which is to do nothing, to like not even bother getting dressed. So here we are again. Anyhow, I understand what you're saying about the price action and enjoyment because believe me, there's nobody who enjoys the suffering of crypto bros more than yours truly. And crypto bros, if you're watching, I know there are some of you on here, a lot of you really. You have to understand that from our perspective, you look like something that would not make sense to you, I guess. If folks were running around screaming about Beanie Babies and that everyone should buy Beanie Babies and they're trying to get their family in on Beanie Babies, and if you just buy the right types of Beanie Babies, you're going to get rich and you'll never have to work again, and that Beanie Babies are going to be the future. So to our eyes, that is how you appear. I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm just trying to be brutally honest. Anyways, with the price action, one of the things, I used to love price action. Don't get me wrong. I would be watching the charts like a crypto bro. I'd have it up on I remember when the price was dropping, I would put it on my big screen TV and I would just sit there and I would watch the real-time price action as that red line just kept going further and further. And oh God, it was so good. But here's the thing about now. Like the price of Bitcoin is whatever, $30,000. I no longer believe the price at all. Whatever the price says, the ups and the downs, I do not believe that they are derived from any sort of organic, legitimate market whatsoever. I now believe that all of the prices that we are seeing are completely fake and manipulated. And this would mean if you went on to CNBC or, for instance, I have Yahoo, I've got the Yahoo app and it shows Bitcoin. But now I'm really questioning, like, where are they getting this Bitcoin price from, right? That it's $30,000. Where is this information that I see on my Yahoo app on the ticker? Where's it coming from? What legitimate clearinghouses are actually, registering this price? That is one of the biggest questions. And so I think it's all just a load of garbage at this point. So I want a dramatic drop, but we may never have a dramatic drop because these criminal enterprises that are behind the price manipulation, painting the ticker, if you would, they don't have to abide by any laws. They never have to declare bankruptcy. For instance, KuCoin, right? Like I hear reports today that they're asking for KYC for individuals, which is something that they've never done before, and that they're using that as an excuse to lock accounts. Basically, these exchanges, and they're still the ones that are the majority of the crypto world in terms of moving money that people actually want, like real world money, right? Like you have to go through an exchange to get it done if you want, like, Benjamins. And so, like, they don't ever have to declare bankruptcy. They're not in the United States. They have no reporting requirements. They don't have actual auditors, right? Like, what was that one? Oh, like, remember how Tether was going to hire auditors? Like, everyone who has even half a brain knows that Tether is bullshit. And then look at the impact on Tether, the marketplace. At one point in time, Tether was responsible for like 85% of major crypto trades throughout the entire crypto sphere. Maybe it's down to 80% or even 75% now, but we know for a fact that it is unbacked and it is illegal and it's run by scam artists. And the people who are left in the crypto sphere, if you would, they're not very bright people. They can't be, because anyone with half a brain would look at the price action, they would look at Tether, they would understand the market manipulation, like, which is clear as day. And then they would say to themselves, whoa, I don't want to be in a completely manipulated market because the bottom could go to zero at any time. As Peter Schiff has said, I follow him every now and then. He's a little repetitive and kind of boring and super gold, whatever. But at least gold is a real thing, so I'll give him that much. But he does have some interesting points when he's talking about crypto, and one of them being that it could just go to zero tomorrow, and it literally could. And so anyone who's not dumb wouldn't want to play in, because you have no asset. It's just some numbers on a database somewhere. Like, you've got nothing if the game ends. If you have stakes in a business, at least if the business goes under, then the assets of the business can be sold off and you can get something. But with crypto, you can literally just get a big old fat zero. So, I mean, I want that to happen. I want to see people get their just desserts. It would be a fun time for us, a good laugh. But when that will happen, I don't know. And the reality is it's really kind of a slow decline, and they're trying to hide the losses as much as they can. Men, on average, are not super enthused to tell people that they've made horrific life decisions when it comes to investment. You're not going to find a bunch of dudes just standing up there and be like, yeah, I put $1,000 on Vcoin, and it all went to zero, and I lost everything. People are going to look at them and be like, what? Why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, guys don't want, we have a bit of an ego. I personally do have an ego, but it's not like a huge ego. I've been scammed before in the past. I got white van scammed back when I was young and poor and didn't have readily internet accessible. I had like a really crappy phone, and so I didn't, couldn't Google what was happening until I got home. And then I saw that I'd been scammed. But I only lost $200, thankfully. Like in my day, the scams were much cheaper. I guess you didn't take as much of a financial hit as you do now, because they'll clear out people completely. My favorite scams that are going about when it comes to crypto, and obviously it's not crypto, but you have the wrong text messages where someone pings your phone, and then you're like, oh, I don't know who you're talking to. It's the wrong person. They just want to see that it's a person on the other end of the phone. Then they hit you back with, oh, I'm so sorry. You seem so nice. Obviously, 50% of the time that happens, that other 50% will be male. And so the scam artist poses as, well, usually like a young Asian woman who's very pretty, and they'll strike up a conversation with the mark. And they don't know who the marks are. They're just firing out these random text messages. And they'll even do FaceTiming. So the guy will jump on his smartphone and he'll FaceTime. And then there'll be this Asian woman who speaks English and remembers her conversation. And he will develop an emotional attachment and be like, wow, you're so pretty. And they'll keep talking and talking. And then obviously most of the talking will be via text messaging, because she has a lot of dudes to talk to that day to pretend to be the woman that she's in conversations with for each of those dudes. And then at one point in the text message conversation, she will bring up that she's got a great way to make money. And as all of you would guess, it involves cryptocurrency. And so she will direct the marks to download this app. And they'll go on to, I don't know, whatever app store. And they'll download this app onto their phone. And then they will wire off whatever, like a test amount of money, $1,000, $500. They'll put it on the app. Then on their app, it'll show that their account has been credited. Then they will start trading as she tells them. Then they're making a lot of money. So that $1,000 is now $10,000. And then she'll hit them back another time via text message and be like, hey, do you want to make even more money? And so they'll have to do like take out their 401k, drain it, and wire it off to some other country. When then the 100k shows up on the app, rinse and repeat until one day the marks want to withdraw their money because, hey, they're a millionaire now, and why shouldn't they start enjoying the fruits of their labor? But suddenly there are problems. She's like, well, yeah, no, I don't think we can withdraw yet. We have to pay taxes. Because she's also made money. So they're going through this together. She's like, you've got $1 million, I've got $1 million. Oh no, because the mark will message her and be like, they're not letting me withdraw from the app. Whoever runs the app, supposedly, we have to pay taxes to whatever jurisdiction that the app is based out of. And usually they go for about 25%. I wonder if the scam artists are a little bit less greedy nowadays, and they go for like 15 or 10% instead of 25%, which does seem a little high. But I know that they were going that high originally because the guy would look at his phone, see that he's a millionaire, and then do whatever is required to unlock those funds. But usually by the end of that process, they're kind of broke. Like they've expended all of the money that they already have to invest it into the app to get rich. So that's when they start hitting up their friends and family. Hey, can I borrow $50,000 from you? I've just got to pay tax. Well, they don't even necessarily tell their friends and family. Well, even if they do tell their friends and family, not everybody catches on. They just kind of believe that the guy that they're talking to is not a moron. And so they give them the money because they expect that they will get it back. And then the moron, Mark, wires this money abroad. And then there are suddenly more problems that require more money in order to withdraw the money from the app, their investment that's grown. And that is essentially when the light bulb goes on and they realize, oh God, I've been scammed, and all of their money is gone. And they start running around to the FBI, the SEC, whoever they can, and then just cry. And somebody save me, big daddy government, who I used to make fun of and laugh and couldn't stand, government regulations and the banking system. Oh God, somebody help me, blah, 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 blah. Because they do. They go to their banks after the banks have usually disclosed that it's not a good idea to wire money out of the country, or they will at least ask them or have a chat with them, or maybe a phone call or a text message or something. The banks that they had their money in will mention this to them probably at some point, and they will disregard the bank, and then they will go back to said bank and really cry and ask if somebody can help them, and they can have their money back, and it's too late. The money's gone, and the bank can do nothing for them because they didn't even listen to the bank to begin with. So I really went off on a tangent there. I love going off on a tangent, but there you go. So just the only thing that's really left, in my opinion, are scams. The whole market is just bullshit and scams. And so not the same level of enjoyment as when it was maybe a little bit closer to reality.